Mino di band ini udah respect band banget dari Coach Erpang. Dia udah deny Sawo dengan hero powernya juga. Ya walaupun mungkin masih menjadi pertanyaan juga ya untuk Sawo.
Dapat ada. Ini kok.
Sepertinya jangan nonton yang aneh.
Mati.
Saya dapat tes nih. Pas encar tes tadi. Dapat valir biji mata. Sakit halus kan. Saya tes. Cepat ada anu nih. Ada apa namanya?
Langsung ponsel deh. 3 orang.
OTW.
Langsung flicker tuh ya.
Langsung flicker lah.
Flicker ya. Flicker tes lah.
No Aboy yang balik bandingkan di pick yang keempat.
Oke. Sekarang mereka harus ngamanin EXP terlebih dahulu.
Luka
mungkin kalau misalnya nggak Arlot, Terisla
paling oke di sini.
Terus ngapain kita maju?
Karena early game mereka pengen pressure sekalian. Tapi ternyata kita lihat kali ini sekarang Faramis mereka lebih memilih Aboy sebelum bisa ditutup. Membuat dari Faramis kali ini menjadi sebuah batu yang bisa mengecoh pergerakan seorang Sunset Lover.
Atau kayaknya gara-gara mereka ingin bermain dengan Faramis, mereka tuh mau ban exportnya dulu. Biar mastiin kalau emang mereka mau pick Terisla, seenggaknya ya. Dari Kid Bomba tuh nggak dapetin hero yang bisa bener-bener pegangin si Terislanya atau hero-hero XP lane lainnya yang nggak bener-bener bisa menangin match up di XP lane. Exburg ini kan lumayan kuat kebetulan ketika berhadapan dengan hero-hero yang tipenya poke damage. Contohnya kayak ya Faramis.
Aduh beratnya.
Ya kok begitu Tian lo. Itu.
Yang bahasa Inggris aja mana kayaknya? Oh iya. Soalnya kalau nonton bahasa Indonesia tuh kadang dia ngelag-ngelag.
To go ahead in the second phase of banning towards the area crowd control heroes, because anything or any hero with an area crowd control can benefit not just the Guinevere, also the Cloud. So that's why I said it from the beginning that Minotaur is one of those picks that will fit perfectly for Team Geek, but still, you have the Trizla. Watch out for a second.
Yeah, exactly. And there was actually a reaction there by Geek Fam the moment they banned out the Edith. It's like they're sort of showing the world in a sense that, hey, this is sort of going our way. Usually when you see teams react that way, that's the... Okay, this is all part of our plan right now. So, Deus Vote, we like how they drafted the first phase, but what if Geek Fam's actually, hey, this is going down how we expected it to be?
I think especially for Geek Fam, the fact that they picked up the Guinevere and the Faramis with a weak side gold lane, they're already going to an approach that is going to be heavily into the XP lane. Strong side XP with a huge emphasis on the neutral objectives. The fact that the Edith and the Diggy, the two heroes that Deus Vote have usually been able to utilize to control neutral objectives, has been banned out. Yeah, I could definitely see why they reacted that way. Now they can set up for the big picks. Just like this, the Arlet picked up no Diggy equals still a very scary Arlet.
As I told you, they just need an area crowd control. With the final slash, he can set up an opening for the Cloud. Also, some of the crowd control can be beneficial. Oh, is he Luke? Oh, Luke.
Yeah,
Luke will, they will just switch things around. Anyways, the Guinevere as well. So Team Geek now, what do they need? They need the Roamer and also they need an XP. What would you suggest, Reptar?
Well, let's see what the pick is there going to be for Deus Vote, because Geek Fam right now, they can still put that Arlot in the XP lane. I think that's the strength of how Geek Fam drafted into this. Now Deus Vote will be thinking about, oh, where is that going to go? So are we going to give a good matchup to the Arlot if it's EXP lane, or will it go into the Roam? I can answer a little bit better once we see the picks. So it's going to be a ground. Oh, and they actually pick up the Uranus. That's interesting. So now Geek Fam might actually have to think about putting that Arnott and Rome and then put something else in the EXP lane because they're going to need something that can give a little bit of difficulty to the Uranus because now Deus Vult has gone into that route of thinking wherein you can actually pick up the Uranus to open up your map a little bit more. We don't think of it as a traditional split pushing hero, but we've learned from the past that it actually is.
That's actually the pick I was trying to remember earlier on with Shadow. He was playing the Uranus, he was zoning the enemy heroes away. He was also annoying to a point when he was so far, he could have just stood there, middle 5 members, and actually never hesitate.
Well, there you go, though. The Khalid pick, a signature pick for Luke. One of our very, very good veteran XP laners who's now content creator, Anti-Mage. You guys should know him.
Oh.
He said, actually, that the best Khalid user in Indonesia is Luke. So seeing him on that signature pick, giving Baloyski, a very aggressive hero like the Arlet, I think it'll work out. Baloyski loves invading. Yeah, maybe sometimes he sacrifices a few deaths, maybe.
Let's take it easy a bit.
Yeah, but I think it should be a pretty good composition that Geek Fam have right now.
So switching the Arlet to the roam duty, do you think that was wise?
I'm a fan for it because right now we've seen how strong Arlott is in the EXP lane. In terms of being a presence around the map when he's rotating, put him in the roam, then that's going to be a lot of control abilities that now Deus has to watch out for.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive straight into the land of Dawn for game number 1. Geek Fam takes on Deus Vult for the knockout stages. High stakes for both these teams.
We'll go into the land of Dawn right now and we will see together, will Team Devu take it home or will Geek Fam have this fairy tale ending waiting for the other teams to finish things off? This group is definitely hard, but will it be hard enough for Team Deus Vult to take that game, as we have been assured that they were so confident going up against Geek Fam.
Right now, both teams are taking it easy, but there is a bit of scraps here in the mid lane as expected. That was already starting out hot with TPs. So yeah, putting the Arlott in the roam, I'm up for it. A little bit more control there. I'm really looking to see how these two EXP laners manage their lane and the map.
The Wanderer contest right now. Magister walks up. Getting a good hit, but it's going to be Nile who secures it now. Magister forces to back away. Baloyski follows through with another vengeance. Goes over the stun. Not able to connect right now. Spatial migration. Nakisawa forcing a flicker, a chase down. And it should be, a kill for a boy. First blood, Geek Fam.
A first blood, also having that flicker popped out from Sao. Not just that, I think that by banning the Fibulus in the draft phase, the ones who were used it to its full potential was Geek Fam.
Yeah, that's actually a master assassin on that Kali. So he really picked that up. Full-on assassin, goes for Rupture, goes for the Magic Worship. So he really, Lethal Ignition rather. He really knows that he wants to take down that Uranus fast, win that lane, and then get out of it. But let's see when that's going to kick in. But now we also saw the effect of the Arlott roam paired up with a Faramis mid aggression, as you mentioned, Mirko.
I would have personally to go up against the Uranus, but here we go. Baloyski, he's going in.
And he's going back out. That's why I feel like the Arlet is a great pick for him. He has the proper sustain on top of the CC. Nile already setting up for it. Now, final smash clicker that didn't connect. A signature Baloyski play. He's looking for a position right now. Nile secures it just with the Requiem. A boy gets a Shadow Stampede, but there's no further commitment from Deus Vult.
Yeah, and you actually got to see the effect there of the aggression that Geek Fam showed early on, disrupting the rotation of Magister. Just a few seconds late getting to that turtle, and Geek Fam gets it without that much of a problem. Next sequence, let's see if they're going to finally show up in the gold lane or if they're going to continue disrupting in the jungle and playing around the river.
I'm actually a big fan of when you take someone's spell, you have to punish him so hard for it. And Sao, so far, he still have some cooldown on that flicker. So whenever he's not near wall, this is the perfect time to keep punishing him once over and over and over again. And by doing that, Grok will be weak.
Good Purify out. Sunset Lover just respecting instantly. Doesn't really want to risk getting caught in the Requiem. Doesn't even want to let Nile pop it.
Feels like right now this is just a tension getting built up here.
Ooh, another spatial migration into the back. Magister forced to dash away. Fortunately for Deus Volt, there's no real neutral objective right now for Geek Fam to capitalize on.
Why haven't he used his ultimate? Whenever he had the ultimate, why haven't he just continued with it?
I
It
think
was a secure kill.
Yeah, personally, it would have been a little bit too risky. There would have been a chance that it could have been a trade jungler for jungler. And now that Geek Fam is actually showing a rotation down bottom side, we know now why they didn't commit. They wanted a little bit more advantage for Marky.
Yeah, on the bot lane now. Let's have a quick look on the in-game equipment here. Brody already had his hit blade of Hypnosis, and on the other side, Claude is actually going for a safer approach in terms of the items. He wants to take in some damage and then build up his Demon Hunter sword. So far, I would say, oh, the junglers, the Guinevere is going for a semi-build.
Going a little bit more tankier is the route here, because I think they already have a good amount of damage. They don't need any more damage from the Guinevere.
Yeah.
Just it's going to be more of a utility style Guinevere in the sense of, all right, set up, ultimate, get those knockups in, and the rest of us will do the damage. Here comes the next turtle. Who's going to get it? Is it Geek Fam or Deus Volt?
Seems like Geek Fam want to just contest for it right now. It's going to be Kibamba trying his best to sell it. He gets a final slash, but it's still Magister who secures it. A blazing duet, but he's stuck right there with a good stun. Keeping Marky at bay. They're going to raging Sandstorm with a flicker onto Sunset Lover. Luke splashing the damage in the back. And Kid Bomba will just soak it in for now. It's a 1-4-1, a turtle. Neutral objective for a kill.
Just by one fight, both Luke and Marky secured their own core item.
And now, Deus Volt starting to feel not just the macro, but now the micro abilities of Geek Fam, the timing of their skills. Kudos to Deus Volt for being able to get that turtle. They were a step ahead of Geek Fam there in that scenario. You saw Beloyski doing what he can to delay Magister's attempt at getting that turtle, but not gonna be enough. Geek Fam though getting the kills and a little bit more control down bottom. Marksmen have now switched lanes. They've gone top side.
I'm actually waiting on Magister's damage so far because he haven't shown us why Nolan is one of those heroes that you should be afraid of. Nice.
Spatial migration with a Requiem. Raging Sandstorm from Luke. Amazing coordination from Geek Fam so far, 3-0.
Yeah, I would say a really good wombo combo there, finishing off what Nail just started.
Yeah. How confident are you now, Deus Volt? Geek Fam starting to take it to them. We don't know if they heard the sentiments of Deus Volt, but Deus Volt are definitely feeling and seeing for themselves why Geek Fam are the second placers, the runner-ups of MPL Indonesia Season 12.
Oh, Magister, I think that he should focus more on the gold lane, not the XP lane, but that's his choice. That's his choice, or even the coach's choice, so we have to respect that and see how will Team Deus Volt deal with it. Look at the other side of the map. Geek Fam are the ones who are sitting up. The gold lane are the ones who are sitting up for that upcoming turtle. There's a trade? I don't know.
I think the problem is Deus Volt can't really play for the gold lane either. Geek Fam have the stronger mid control, and that's why they've been able to rotate. Beloyski caught in the wild charge, but now jumps in with the fire. Requiem as well. Beloyski still able to survive. Sunset Lover dove under the turret by Luke. A Raging Sandstorm with another Raging Sandstorm. Geek Fam have set up for the next neutral objective.
Oh, I thought this whole time Luke's last name was from Skywalker to Sandwalker. What the heck?
Okay, let's wrap this up. Geek Fam now are taking that turtle. They are gaining the fruit out of this tree that they have been planting all... Oh my god, Nail just taking the turtle. Kid Bomba is trying to take as much damage as he can, but there's an invade.
They want to go for more. Turtle's not enough just yet. Nile steals it away, jumps out of the spatial migration. Whoa, Marky defensive, blazing duet to get him out of there with a BMI as well.
A stacking hero like Claude, would you let him farm this easily?
Oh, well, despite all of that, Deus Volt actually has delayed the farm just... Whoa.
Is it enough to kill him? Luke now? Oh, it's a big get stunned down by the flash with the 3 with a Requiem as well from Nile. Not enough though, they've lost their damage. Marky is now joining the team fight. Another spatial migration onto 2. Marky to try to deal with Kid Bomba as Sour gets taken low, but is able to flicker out to safety. Deus Volt finally getting a winning team fight in this game.
Chaos, chaos.
Yeah, absolute chaos there, and now we actually got to see the fruits of Deus Volt's labor. Marky got to freely farm, but not as much compared to Carvey. So everything else happening around the map was actually Deus Volt going, yo, Carvey, just farm up, get that gold. And by the time that engagement happened in the river, into the jungle, pushing Geek Fam back, now we're seeing Deus Volt's play. Their Brody is relatively untouched and farming really well. 1,000 gold lead compared to Marky's Claude, who's up to a golden...
Bisa kah?
To a golden staff, malefic roar. It's the second item already built up by the Brody.
Even though these Volts are behind in kills, yet they are now winning the rotation after a dominant early game from Geek Fam. After a really good start, they are now falling into the tempo. It seems like Team Deus Volt just needed time to gain back that confidence that we were told about. But are they committing to Kid Bomba in the bot lane?
I think just a little bit of poke should do the team a good job already. A first for them. That's a turret down below. Literally, first turret despite the neutral objective and teamfight wins.
Yeah, it's going to be second up top, but I think Geek Fam already had a strong idea of what was going to happen there, so they decided to go for a turret trade. Next sequence here, of course, they're going to try to go for the Lord, maybe get the setup out of nowhere in the mid lane and see what happens.
Beloy finds Sunset Lover, a good Purify to respond it over. Now it's Luke, who's looking for a play, a conceal as well from Beloyski. Magister in that push, pops in that fracture. No ultimate for now. They back away, and Deus Volt are just playing with Geek Fam.
I'm just waiting. Those flicker ultimate, and at some point it can flip everything around for Team Deus Volt, but look at the XP difference. Nail is 12 level, and Magister is 30.
It's going to be another realm, but it's also responded over. Marky with the blazing duet to the back line, now backing out with the BMI. Beloyski and a boy, 1 HP. Carby with the flicker forward gets the last bit of damage to take Beloy down. Kid Bomba's just standing there menacingly, and Geek Fam have no way to respond to this neutral objective take.
Deus Volt, one of their new mottos right now, it's all part of the plan. We get bullied early on, we're pushing side lanes, we're farming up for our Brody, and now as we reach a mid-game power spike, a crucial one, Geek Fam now have their backs against the wall as the mid-game power spike of Deus Volt. Right now, they're gonna need to hold on, they're gonna need to be really careful of when they take their fights. I'm referring to Geek Fam.
That's the beauty of the high-level games. It's not about the kills, it's not about who's winning what fight, it's about who's getting the most out of the fight. If you win a fight, if you win a 1-1 or 1v1 kill, you take a turret, you take a turtle, you invade the jungle, you go and make the best use out of it, and that's what Deus Volt was doing all time long.
This is a signature Geek Fam strat. Whenever they're behind, they don't look to actually minimize their losses. Rather, they look to gamble that deficit. If they win a team fight, they get back at the game. But if they don't, look at that. Deus Volt have multiplied their gold lead by 2.
So it's all or nothing at all.
That all or nothing spirit right now of Geek Fam. Let's see if they can get a little bit more all and a little bit less nothing, as Deus Volt are getting everything right now with this Lord push. They're showing it. This is the macro they're talking about, how they manage the minion waves. This push with the Lord, it's incredibly efficient, lads.
Yeah, by the Lord coming from the top lane, marching just a level 1 Lord, yet it's threatening the throne and threatening the crystal of Team Geek Fam. Inhibitor turrets might go off if there was an engage from Sao.
They should still be able to clear this. I think also from Deus Volt, they don't really want to risk going in and going full on the commitment. They'll just take a good win. First Lord with a base turret, that is incredible value.
That was a really easy inhibitor turret. No one even touched that turret with the Lord, right?
Yeah, and now we're starting to see the other side of the Geek Fam approach now, where it's alright, we gotta be careful now, because if we try to dive, we try to go for an aggressive play here, it might not look good or end well for Geek Fam. Look at the deficit between the two gold laners. Earlier, the Brody already built up to a BOD, already going to the Wind of Nature, while Marky is still catching up. And Deus Volt know this, as the Brody builds up the Wind of Nature, that they can just continue to take away resources. Kid Bomba, this Uranus eventually just became a huge thorn in Geek Fam's side because they don't have the damage to really deal with it right now. He's just there taking everything. It's all right. I accepted this life. This is what I wanted. Just hurt me, please.
What? This is the life of XP, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the life of an XP laner.
Well, Kid Bomba at this moment is draining the resources out and draining the life out of Geek Fam, but there's a conceal here.
On to Sao, he has the power of nature, and just like that, it's not going to work at all from Geek Fam. Sao with a great wild charge to cancel that spatial migration.
Yeah, no conceal here means the contest onto this, not just the Lord, but actually this purple buff might be tough for Geek Fam. Deus Vult, they're not getting a little bit too greedy here in terms of committing all in the purple. They're still trying to find an opening here. Magister already has a Sea Halberd.
Oh, I think that they can actually go in for this team fight if Team Geek Fam wants to do so. Team Geek Fam are known, or at least based on my research, they are known for a good early game. I want to see them recover.
See if they can. Lord got reset now, so Geek Fam trying to flow the mid. Deus Vult answering that damage from this Brody man just too much.
Niall, great flicker from Carvey. A good prediction on that spatial migration. But I would say it should be actually a trade that Geek Fam have won. It's a spatial migration for a flicker.
Okay, bear with me for this moment. Will Carvey go split push that top lane? Because having Claude to go all the way back to clear isn't the smartest idea. I think that there might be a backdoor, but they are now outnumbered.
Yeah, they just rush it at this point. No way Geek Fam can get close and they will back off.
They gotta. There's not much they can do here, and Deus Vult are utilizing the forced errors perfectly right now. Kid Bomba is chunked, but there's no further commitment for a side of Geek Fam. Baloyski just jumps in a little bit with a vengeance. Wait a minute, Magister.
Magister.
Flank.
Oh.
Now onto Niall. No, just a clone.
Yeah, not
They're
the right
still looking
target.
to chase though. They
gotta
find
run.
a good sandwich. Oh, jump to the wild card. Brady Sandstorm connects to the Carvey. That's the final flag, bringing Carvey back. And now, with both Netherrealms being popped in, Marky's the one who's forced back. No gold lane for Deus Vult. No XP for Geek Fam. Baloyski still trying to distract Sawo and Sunset Lover. Getting out with a vengeance on to the creeps in the jungle. Looking for an angle to escape. Niall trying to help him out of this dangerous spot. But look at Kid Bomba. He's slowing him down, not letting him recall. But that is Baloyski buying enough time to possibly turn this around once again. That's going to be an engage once again. Baloyski finds the kill onto Magister. They collapse onto Kid Bomba, who's still super tanky, has the stack, but with the Requiem and that damage from the Claude, it's a trade that Geek Fam have won despite losing out on the Lord.
Geek Fam, how the heck did you win that long sequence? You started with a little bit of Deus Vult were coming after you and the Deus Vult turned, and then you find their marksman only trading your XP laner? Geek Fam, I don't know how you did it, but we saw it before our eyes, and I'm pretty sure even Deus Vult is going, guys, what just happened to us?
Yeah, they had to recover. They did recover. Oh, they just made that gold difference come down from 6k to 1.5.
Oh no!
And it's another spatial migration with a raging sandstorm. A boy grants Luke a second chance at life with that nether realm. That engage no longer as risky as it's supposed to be.
Nasty, nasty.
Geek Fam have woken up. Never tickle a sleeping dragon, because actually that dragon, his name is Baloyski. And the shot calling, you can see it coming from Geek Fam. We were talking about their unorthodox picks. Here's unorthodox approaches to the game. Here's us trying to chase them out, but then let's turn. Oh no, we'll find their gold laner. And then now out of nowhere, Marky gets the items. It's at this point where now we see macro versus macro, micro versus micro. Just who gets to press buttons better at this point, lads?
Well, Kid Bomba, I would tell you that he's quite annoying, but oh, where did you go?
Again, knocked up, Requiem, Baloyski rotating. Whoa, Magister got out of that. A quick dash out.
Why didn't he commit to it?
I think it's the tough boots that got him out, yeah?
Yeah, the tough boots, a little bit of that CC reduction, and then at the same time, I think Geek Fam, it looked like they could have committed to it, but it might have been too costly because at that point, as a pro, you already know they're probably on their way here. They should be close by. 7 seconds until the Lord spawns. Now, we have to watch the effect of this second tower still being up for Deus Vult here in the bottom lane. How well Geek Fam are going to manage that, and how well Deus Vult's Sawa will manage that, if they will, as they now dance. 17 minutes in, 9-6. Geek Fam started off.
I don't know, to be honest, if Kid Bomba is not a sandbag, what is he? Because he's taking 200k almost damage so far, and he is again draining the resources out of Team Geek Fam. But yet, Team Geek Fam are recovering, and that's what I was looking forward to see actually in this moment, because we know Geek Fam for their early game, but do we know them for the recover? That's what we're gonna see.
Conceal. Oh, Kid Bomba gonna get bursted down. A good purify. Baloyski misses the final slash.
Aduh, nice,
Gonna be able to free hit Niall. Getting splashed by that damage. Oh, as well. Magister walks up. Luke with a flicker as well. It's another round. Marky buys the immortality. Deus Volt and Geek Fam still fighting, still dancing around the Lord. But it seems for both these teams, they will try to look for another 50-50 team fight.
I like what I'm seeing. These two teams love to take risks. So many risky calls here. 20k. Are they actually going to commit into this? Is no one going to reset? Are they just looking for a setup?
Oh! Sawo gets executed. Oh, it's a magical Baloyski onto the back. Magister forced back. Hit Bomba. Able to disengage from that spot on the map. A choke point that Geek Fam held. And now with more members alive, they'll take their time. They'll recall Deus Volt. They need an answer to these questions.
I can't believe how long has this team fight been going on.
It's not resetted.
Oh, it's a Lord dance. It's a Lord dance.
Yeah.
Look at actually, hey boy. Actually, there's a lot of dancing here happening on the top lane side near that Lord, especially. And I could tell you that Sunset Lover is just waiting on to take that Faramis ult. He doesn't want any other ult.
And I like the positioning here of Geek Fam. A-Boy isn't really showing himself to the potential spots that the Valentina could be. They really don't want to give the ultimate away.
Wow.
And Geek Fam, just like that.
Lord easy. But after all this,
Yep. They had to, right? No Sawo. They would have risked the game. It's either they get the Lord, steal it, and prolong the game, or they take the defensive route, and that's what they did.
All right, a little bit of an anticlimactic chow-chow, but now it's going to be a hell of a defense required from Deus Volt. Items all locked in. You actually already see 2 Rose Gold Meteors on the key damage dealers of Deus Volt. But now, are they actually going to take down Magister?
Nile just took it in the face. That fracture did little to no damage. He can just regen back. Wow.
He's all right with this.
That's a Nolan, by the way. That one-shots people.
actually, I wonder how many defensive items that Magister have.
Oh! Final fight to the Requiem. Sawo with the wild charge, but there's no follow-up. It's only greater than opening. No! With the Raging Sandstorm to the back. It's a good win of nature by Carby. Now in the stun as well, but a boy splashes him with damage. That Sunset Lover doing the same thing with her Tunction Power with immortality as well. Nile jumping forward. Sunset Lover with Purify. The base is wide open. And Geek Fam will secure game number 1 in this series. Back and forth.
Geek Fam, just take a breather right now. Geek Fam has shown us a world-class performance coming back from a game that was near